How did the Lightning get their name? Obviously, Central Florida is specifically the Tampa Bay area is known as the Lightning capital of North America. Here today, I'm here, we're getting into the summer. We're getting into the heat of the summer.
Speaking about a different Lightning.
Yes, so I actually came in here prepared to talk about the Lightning all the way around.
There we go.
Obviously huge Bolts fan.
Yeah.
We love our team here. Weather Service says that Florida has its unique location surrounded by warm water, provides everything that thunderstorms need to form. So the Weather Service also says July and August are the most active months for lightning strikes. Now, what does that mean? That means that you need to protect your home and your electronics specifically on your home. As the industry and as we become more electronic and more tech and more everything that goes along with that tech, this stuff is really, really susceptible to electronic surge. A lot of times is that strike actually doesn't have to happen at the house or at the neighbor's house, which we'll talk about that in a little bit. But once it strikes anywhere in the grid, it can carry for up to 2 miles through the grid.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, we're an outdoor lighting contractor. We're an outdoor lighting design, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit specific in detail. But as our lighting systems become more electrical and more technical and more specific with the LEDs and a lot of the circuitry and the digital displays, they become more susceptible and becomes even more important that consumers are having surge installed in our world on the secondary. That's a really big one. And then adding, at the same time, you can have them add a surge specific to the panel. You should have a surge specific to your air conditioner. You should have a surge specific to your generator. Anything that's a high cost dollar item that's electronic, you should have that extra surge. Surges are in the range of $100 to $200 for the item. The outdoor lighting system is a big deal because if it's not installed properly by a certified contractor and there's not surge on the secondary, a lot of times surge will happen on like a tree or something in the landscape, which will carry that into the ground. And then because all the wiring runs out into the ground, that'll bring it back to the side of the house. And then sometimes that'll carry all the way through if there's not suppression there. And so we install it on the secondary. We double check it on the primary. And we make sure that if there is a system, like there's an electrical strike in the landscape or somewhere in the general area, and it gets into the ground, it doesn't come back through the system that way and damage the house that way. Yeah. It's really important that people consider that stuff because it's one of those things like you never really realize how much damage it causes until it's done. And it's one of those things that's really simple. We get them every year where somebody's installed it poorly. They missed a misconnection. They installed something that they shouldn't have. They used parts that were not fully NEC rated. And those kinds of issues will carry. So it is a big deal. It is something that people want to consider. It is something that they want to remember.